January 3, 2 a.m. Caracas. In several parts of the city, the lights suddenly go out. The streets fall into darkness. Minutes later, the first explosions are heard. That night, the U.S. Army and Navy carry out one of the most high-risk special operations of recent years, the capture of Venezuela's president, Nicolás Maduro. To understand how the country reached this moment, we need to go back several years. In the late 2010s and early 2020s, Venezuela plunges into chaos. Hyperinflation wipes out savings in a matter of days. Store shelves empty. Millions flee the country, escaping hunger and violence. Nicolás Maduro, who came to power after the death of Hugo Chavez, steadily concentrates power in his hands. The United States accuses him of turning Venezuela into one of the key hubs of global drug trafficking. According to Washington, a network known as the Cartel de los Soles emerges inside the military and the state apparatus, a drug operation linked to cocaine shipments to the United States and Europe. In 2020, U.S. federal prosecutors bring charges against Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores. Narcoterrorism, cocaine trafficking, ties to the FARC. A reward is announced, $50 million. The largest amount ever offered for information leading to the capture of a sitting head of state. Yet despite sanctions, accusations, and international pressure, Maduro remains in power. Years pass. He appears untouchable. Until 2026, the Trump administration declares a full-scale war on drug trafficking from Venezuela. Beginning in September 2025, U.S. forces build up off the country's coast aircraft carriers, destroyers, hundreds of aircraft, drones, and surveillance planes. An aggressive maritime campaign begins. Dozens of small vessels suspected of carrying cocaine are destroyed by missile strikes and drones. This is no longer diplomacy. This is force. In December 2025, the United States begins seizing Venezuelan oil tankers under sanctions. The economic pressure becomes unmistakable. In November 2025, Donald Trump personally calls Maduro. According to sources, the conversation is brief and blunt. An ultimatum. Maduro refuses. Planning for Operation Absolute Resolve enters its final phase. Months of covert CIA activity inside Caracas. Detailed analysis of the president's movements, security, and daily routine. In the United States, a full-scale replica of the presidential complex is built. Special forces rehearse the capture again and again. Even the most extreme scenarios are practiced, including breaching reinforced steel walls using heavy cutting equipment. By early December, everything is ready, but the operation is postponed. The reason is cloud cover. Stealth requires perfect conditions. The night of January 2nd to January 3rd, 2026, 1:50 a.m. local time. At that moment, more than 150 aircraft and helicopters are already in the air. F-22 fighters, RQ-170 stealth drones, bombers. The entire operation unfolds within minutes. The first strikes hit air defense systems, then the Fuerte Tiuna military base, then La Carlota airfield. Helicopters fly just 30 meters above the water, under fighter cover, nearly impossible to detect in advance. Delta Force and other special units land directly at Maduro's residence, a fortified complex inside a military base. The guards open fire. One helicopter is damaged, but remains airborne. American forces break through, cutting open steel doors with heavy equipment. Maduro and Cilia Flores attempt to barricade themselves inside a secure room. They run out of time. They are captured within minutes. The entire operation lasts less than 30 minutes. Maduro and Flores are loaded onto a helicopter and flown to the aircraft carrier USS Iwo Jima in the Caribbean Sea. From there, they are transported by plane to Stewart Air Base in New York. Operation Absolute Resolve becomes the most audacious U.S. action since the capture of Manuel Noriega in 1989. It sends a clear message: when Washington decides that a foreign leader is a threat, borders and sovereignty no longer guarantee protection. What happens next to Venezuela remains uncertain. But one thing is already clear. The era of Nicolás Maduro ended in a single night, in January 2026. And the world will long debate the same question: where is the line between fighting narco-terrorism and direct interference in the internal affairs of a sovereign state?